Hello and welcome to the course on C Programming Learn to Code series. This is the 30th lecture of Unit 2, and in this lecture we will continue the discussion on operators in C. Particularly we will discuss the conditional operator in this lecture. So let's continue. So whenever you are considering a conditional operator, the name has some meaning on that. So we will discuss what is the meaning of that. But let us first understand what is a conditional operator is. So generally a conditional operator is called ternary operator. So what do you mean by ternary operator? If you remember, we talked about unary operator, okay, and we talked about binary operator. Now it comes as ternary operator. So in unary operator, what I have told you, in unary operator there will be one operand and another one is operator. One operand and one operator. For an example, minus 25. Okay, so this is we can say minus is a unary operator. Similarly, if you remember a plus plus or minus b, so these are what? These are called the unary operators, where one operator along with a operand will be there. Similarly, I have already talked about binary operator. So what will happen over there? In binary operator, I told you like a plus b. So here plus is acting as a binary operator because there are two operand involved in this expression. So that's why these are called the binary operators. But what do you mean by ternary? Obviously, if unary has one operand and one operator, binary has two operand and one operator. So ternary must have three operand and two operators. So that is the case. That is why it is called the ternary operator. So exactly what will happen? We are using two operator. One is called a question mark operator and second one is called a colon operator. So this two operator is actually using to form this ternary operator or the conditional operator. So among these two, the statement which is written over here, let's say a question mark b colon c. So what does it mean? So a b c are your operands. Okay, these are the operands, and in between them, that is question mark and the colon, these are called the operators. Okay, so this is actually called the ternary operator or the conditional operator. So if you see the syntax over here, I have written the syntax here. So I have used the term expressions to represent this ABC. So the first line, that is your expressions, then a question mark will be there, then expression 2, then colon will be there, and expression 3. So among this colon and your question mark represents the operator, and this expression 1, expression 2, expression 3 represents the operands. But when we are going to use this, it will be used something like this. Here, as you can see, every time the expression 1 is always a condition. Okay, so generally we will use a condition to write the expression 1. That's why it is also called conditional operator. And what does it mean? The entire statement's meaning? The meaning is whenever this condition becomes true, okay, so whenever the condition becomes true, expression 2 gets executed, and whenever the expression 1 or the condition becomes false, then expression 3 gets executed. Okay, so this is how we are going to write the conditional operator or ternary operator. Now let us solve some problems so that you can understand it more clearly. Okay, so the first program that we want to discuss is your bigger number among two numbers. Suppose you will provided with two number, that is, let's say a is equal to 5, b is equal to 10. Then by using the conditional operator, how to solve this problem? Okay, we know that in a conditional operator there will be a condition we have to write. Then after writing the condition, we have to put a question mark. Then we have to write the expression 1 expression, then another expression. So whenever the condition becomes true, this expression gets executed. When the condition becomes false, this expression gets executed. So let us write the complete program for that. So we will focus on the logic. We will not think about the structure of the C. So this is the structure of the C program. We have already discussed about this structure of the C program in previous classes. You can go and watch over there what is the meaning of these lines. So I am not going to discuss it again here. We will concentrate on the question, that is, it is given that how to solve a problem whenever two number is given, how to solve it and finding out a bigger number among that two numbers. So the first line of our program will be int a is equal to 5, b is equal to 10, c. Okay, so what does it mean? So we are taking three different variables, that is, one is called a, second one is called b, and third one is called c. Okay, so why I have taken three variable? I will store the first number, which is 5, in the first variable. I will store the second number in the second variable, and after finding out the bigger number among these two number, I will store the bigger number in c variable. So that is my objective. That's why I have taken three different variables for solving this bigger number among two number. Then we know that we will use the conditional statement or the conditional operator. So the conditional operator say that we have to first write the condition, then expression 1, then expression 2. So how it will be done? It will be done something like this. So what I have done is, you just concentrate on this part only. So forget about this c is equal to. So c is equal to what? That I will tell you. So here this line says your condition, and this is saying your the first expression, this is saying your second expression. So actually it is executed something like this. So I am just replacing this one over here. Same thing I have written here, c is equal to a greater than b question mark a colon b. So that means this line says this is the condition. If this condition becomes true, so here I have mentioned true here. So if it is true, a gets assigned to c. If it is true, a gets assigned to c. But if this condition becomes false, so if the condition becomes false, b get assigned to c. Okay, so this is how this is executed. Now let me replace this expression to the given value. So the value of a is 5. So I have written 5 greater than, b value is 10. So 5 greater than 10 question mark 5 and 10. So what will happen in this case? In this particular case, as we know, this is the conditional statement or the condition. So according to the condition, 5 is greater than 10. Is it true? I have represented it dotted line, but it is not true. That's why I have put a cross mark. So that means this line does not get executed. So 5 greater than true is 5 greater than 10 is false. So that means this is the correct one. So the control will go to this place, and he found the expression 2 as your 10, and he will assign this 10 to c. So what we get? We get c as 10. Got it? So after I find c as 10, that means 10 is the bigger number among 5 and 10. That's why we have to print the bigger number. So we will use a printf statement to print the bigger number. So printf, the bigger number is %dc. So in this case, what will happen? C value gets replaced with %d. So what is the c value? So c value is 10 now. So output will be the bigger number is c. So that means it will be, the output will be something look like this. The bigger number is equal to 10. So this will be the output of this particular program. Now you can see in this program what we have done. We have declared the variable and we have assigned the value 5 and 10 in the code itself, but we can solve it by taking numbers from the users too. So that will be a generalized program. So to take the numbers, to take two numbers from the user, this line can be replaced. So this line can be replaced with these lines. So there are three lines we have to replace this. So we will declare the variable first, int a, b, c. So three variables gets created. Once three box will be created for three variables, or the memory space will be get created. After that, we should ask the user enter two distinct number. That means two different number the user has to enter. So whenever the user enters two distinct number, we already know what is the meaning of scanf function. So the scanf function will read those two number and store it in a and b. Okay, so a and b will be replaced with those values. So after we get the values in a and b, then the third line gets executed. So that means the fourth line, suppose this is the line number 1, this is 2, this is 3, then this must be 4 line. So the fourth line gets executed, and we will find out the bigger number among the entered two number. Then finally we will print the bigger number. So I think you understand the program. If you have still any doubt, you can post the comment in the post the queries in the comment section. Now let us discuss more about this conditional operator. So the conditional operator can also be nested conditional operators. That means there is a concept called nesting. So what do you mean by nesting? Declaring one conditional statement inside another. That is called the concept of nesting. So as I have already told you, that in a conditional statement, what will happen? The first statement is your condition. So this is the condition. Then after writing the condition, you will put a question mark. Then if the condition becomes true, expression 1 gets executed. Then you will put a colon. Then you have to write the expression 2 over here. Okay, then if this condition becomes true, the expression 1 gets executed. If the condition becomes false, then expression 2 get executed. Okay, so this is the general syntax of a conditional operator. Now, can this expression be another conditional statement? Yes, it is possible. That means inside this expression 1 we can also write a condition, then question mark, expression, let's say 3 colon expression 4. So we can write something like this. So this part can be included here. Similarly, expression 2 can be written something like this: one condition, then we will question mark, then expression 5 colon expression 6. So this is representing another conditional statement. So if you combine all these things, means we will replace this expression 1 with this statement. Okay, similarly expression 2 with this statement, then what will happen? The entire conditional operator is again involved in means it is entered in another conditional statement, and that concept is called actually nesting of conditional operator. One conditional statement, entire conditional statement, will be included inside another conditional statement. So that is how the nesting works, means nesting of conditional operator works. So let to understand it in a better way, what I have done is I am trying to solve another problem using this nested conditional operator. So let's begin that discussion. So that will be bigger number among 3 number using nested conditional operator. So we have already solved bigger number among 2 number. Now let us understand bigger number among 3 numbers. Okay, so before I'll write the conditional operator in a programmatical way, let us first understand it in a flowchart method, so that after we understand the bigger number among 3 number, we will easily convert it into conditional operators. So let's say you are given with 3 number, that is A, B and C. So you have given this 3 number, whatever that the value may be, but we have to read it in a algorithmically way. So whenever you get 3 number, that is A, B, C, you don't know which one is a bigger number. So what you will do, you will first compare A with B. So that means you will ask whether A is greater than B. So if it is true, so there will be two conditions come. Either it will be yes it is yes, A is greater than B, or it comes as no, A is not greater than B. So let us first consider the yes part, that is A all greater than B. So if that is the case, if A is actually greater than B, then what will happen? We have to check A greater than C or not. First, we have already known that A is bigger than B. Now we have to check whether A is greater than C or not. If A greater than C, obviously A becomes bigger. So whenever we check this condition, A is greater than C or not, there will be two situations come. One is either it will be bigger or it may not be bigger. So if it is bigger, if it is yes, that means A is already bigger than B and A is also bigger than C. Then who is bigger? Obviously A is big. So that's why you will know that A is big. So this is the path you will follow if everything is yes. Now let us solve the no part of this expression, then we will go towards top. Okay, so if you see here, A greater than C is either it will be yes or it will be no. So if it is greater than C, then we know that A is big. Now if A is not greater than C, then who will be bigger? Because already A is bigger than B, but A is not bigger than C. So who is big? Obviously C is big. So that's why what we will write? We will write C is big. Okay, so this part is over. That means whenever A is greater than B and A is greater than C, A is big. When A is greater than B but A is not greater than C, then obviously C is big. Okay, so this part is over. Now the next part is if A is not greater than B. So there will be no condition over here. So if A is not greater than B, so then who is big? So B is big. Now we have to compare B with C, is not it? So whenever we compare it B with C, so we will check B is greater than C. So there are two situations will come. Either it will be yes or it will be no. So if it is yes, that means A is not greater than B, that means B big. B is greater than C, yes. So if B is greater than C, then obviously B is big. And if B is not greater than C, that means already we checked that A is not greater than B. That means now B is big among A and B. Then B is not greater than C. That means obviously C is big. So we will write C is big. Now that is the end condition. So at the last we can see for following this path, suppose I'll follow this path, then A is big. If I'll follow this path, then C is big. Similarly, if we'll follow this path, we'll get B is big. And if we'll follow this path, then C is big. Now we are ready to write this conditional statement. So now consider this part. So this is A greater than C if a greater than c, so we will write the condition part over here. This is your yes part. Yes part means the expression 1 and no part means the expression 2. So this can be written something like this: if a greater than c, question mark, a or c, is not it? We have already discussed how to write a conditional statement in the previous class. Bigger number among two number. So this part is actually checking the bigger number among two number, that is a and c. So if a greater than c, a gets returned, and if a does not do not greater than c, then c gets returned. Okay, so this part can be written something like this. Similarly, if you consider this part, in this part here also we are checking b greater than c or not. If b greater than c, yes, then b is big. If b is not greater than c, then c is big. So this can be written up something like this: if b greater than c, if the condition true, b gets executed. If the condition false, c gets executed. So this is true part, this is false part. Similarly here, this is true part and this is false part. Okay, so now you can see, so this is the smaller region of the bigger triangle over here. Okay, bigger pyramid over here. So that means you can see that here, if a greater than b, then this condition gets satisfied, yes part, is not it? If a is not greater than b, then this condition gets satisfied. So we can entirely combine all these statements. So the first statement will be, is a greater than b? If it is yes, then we will, what should be written? Something will be written. Then we have to put a colon. Then if it is true, then this part gets executed. If it is false, then this part gets executed. So we have already find out what to write in this blank box. We have already know that if this is true, then this part must be written. So I will replace a greater than c, question mark, a colon c. So this gets replaced over here. And if it is no, so no part means which one gets replaced? This part will be replaced. So we will write b greater than c, question mark, b colon c. So I hope you understand the entire concept. That is a greater than b. If this condition becomes true, we will again go to this place. We will again check a greater than c or not. If a greater than c, a gets returned. If a is not greater than c, then c gets returned. So if this condition itself false, if a greater than b condition becomes false, then we will come to this place, and after coming to this place, what we will check? We will check b greater than c or not. If b is greater than c, true, then b gets returned, otherwise c gets returned. So I hope you understand the entire concept. Now let us write the code for it. So to write the code, we have to write the structure first. So in the structure, you can see there will be the structure we should not explain. So let us go for directly the discussion of bigger number among true number. So we have declared already we need to find out bigger number among three number. So I have taken 4 number because I want to store the big number among this to the variable big. So big is another variable. So after declaring this 4 variable, what we'll do, I will read the 3 variable from the user. So I have written enter 3 distinct numbers. So whenever the user enters 3 distinct number, by the help of scanf statement, I will store all these 3 number in A, B, C. Okay, A, B and C. So A, B, C, big, 4 variables gets created, and whenever 3 number has been entered by the user, let's say 5, 10 and 30, so I'll store it in A, B, C. Then after that, what will I'll write? I have already shown you how to write the bigger number among 3 number condition. So you can see I have written big is equal to a greater than b. This is the main condition. This is the main condition, a greater than b. And these are the sub conditions. This is one sub condition which is enclosed inside the bracket, and this is another sub condition. Is not it? That means it is called the nested conditions. Okay. So if a greater than b, the condition becomes true, this part gets executed. If a greater than b, the condition becomes false, then this part get executed. For our example, let's say 5 is greater than 10. So if I write 5 greater than 10, is it true or false? It is false. So if it is false, then this, we will go to this place. Then we'll check b is greater than c. So b is 10. So 10 is greater than 30. True or false? This will be also false. So where we'll go? We'll execute this. So c is assigned to variable big. So that means 30 gets assigned to variable big. Now that we find out the bigger number, we can print it. So we can print it by printf, the bigger number is %d, comma big. Now you will find the answer over here. So I hope you understand the entire concept, how to find out the bigger number among 3 number, how to find out the bigger number among 2 number using your nested conditional operator and normal conditional operator respectively. So that's all for the today's class. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.